Welcome to Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, February 4th, 2016. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. If you've spent the last few months wondering where you are going to get your first bikini fix of the season, you can settle down now and wonder no more, because the IFBB bikini season has officially begun. Last weekend out in Sin City, Las Vegas, we had our first action of the season with the IFBB Legends Classic Pro Bikini, where Icelandic beauty Margaret Nahr was able to emerge victorious to secure her first pro win. In the runner-up position, Cynthia Benoit came up just short despite bringing what might have been her best look ever. And rounding out the top three, Marissa Rivero kept her streak of consecutive top 10 finishes alive on her way to bringing home some impressive hardware. I'm not sure anyone knows quite what to expect from the field in the new Classic Physique division, but I am 100% certain that whoever stands on stage next to Darrem Charles is in for some big trouble. Earlier this week, the one-time great bodybuilding pro turned Classic Physique future star released a little bit of candid in-gym posing footage, 7 weeks out from making his first trip back to a pro stage in nearly 3 years. And I think it's safe to say that he's going to be ready to get the party started. Charles already looks well ahead of schedule and should be in position to make some major waves a few weeks from now. But without knowing how things are going to shake out yet in the new division, it seems like just about everything is still open to interpretation until the first show is in history. It might be a new year, but it's still the same old Nicole Wilkins. Earlier this week, the Golden Girl of Figure hit the gym for another vicious shoulder training session, where we see her getting down and taking care of business with the same sort of championship swagger that turned her into the most decorated athlete the sport has ever seen. Since the close of her 2015 contest season, Wilkins hasn't given any indication about what her future plans might be, but she certainly doesn't seem to be letting off the gas or acting like someone who has plans to hang it up anytime soon. But before anyone tries to start leaving flowers on the grave of her days as an Olympia champion, remember, she's already lost the title and won it back once before in her career. So, expect the unexpected, and don't be too shocked if history repeats itself yet again. Remember back in 2014 when David Henry came in second at the Arnold Classic? Well, apparently he does too, and he's training like a man with one colossal chip on his shoulder. Over the last few weeks, Henry has really kicked his training into high gear and is looking more and more like a man who can give Jose Raymond some major problems. As the only man in the lineup with an Olympia win on his resume, there shouldn't be any doubt whatsoever when DH dials it in, he has a physique that is right up there with the best bodybuilders we've ever seen, 212 or otherwise. And if he can somehow manage to win this year's contest, he'll go down in history as one of only two 212 athletes to capture both the Arnold and Olympia titles. During his career that spanned well over a decade, Dennis James was known as one of the biggest, freakiest athletes the sport of bodybuilding had ever seen. But for those of us who are really lucky enough to get to know DJ, he's also known as a man who has a heart 10 times as big as anything he's ever showed off on stage. Recently, DJ's selfless generosity was caught on camera as he was traveling through an Indian market and was struck by the unfortunate realities of life in a country that has either extreme wealth, gut-wrenching poverty, and no in-between. DJ came across a group of local poor people waiting outside a local restaurant for someone to buy them a meal and momentarily help ease their plight and hunger. So he did just that. DJ took the time to make sure each and every person waiting outside was given a hot meal and a place to sit, and perhaps above all else, a glimmer of hope. So the next time you want to make some long, drawn-out complaint on social media about force-feeding yourself in the off-season or intentionally starving yourself for the sake of aesthetics during the contest prep season, stop for a second and think about how fortunate you actually are. And if that doesn't work, message Dennis James and complain to him. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. Check out IronMagLabs.com today. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey guys, it's Stevie B here. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button below and never miss another RX Muscle show, segment, or update. RX Muscle is #1.